We end today's show about luxury bags carefully handcrafted in China. Turns out your quote-unquote made in Italy luxury handbag might have more ties to Chinese factories than to Tuscany. Thanks to viral TikToks from Chinese factory workers, the internet is now in a frenzy.
Do you recognize this style, this bag? Of course you do. For the past more than 30 years, we have been the OEM factory for most of the luxury brands around the world. Gucci, Prada, Coach.
Yo, you seen it, right? That Birkin bag popping off like a superstar on the arms of celebs, billionaires, and the mega rich. It's not just a bag, it's a whole vibe, a flex that screams, I made it.
Boutique price $23,000, but Guangzhou price $600.
With a price tag that can hit $40,000. If you're even lucky enough to snag one, it's sold as the ultimate luxury dream. Picture this. Hermès spinning a story of bags crafted by master artisans under the golden French sun, in some fancy French workshop. But hold up, what if that perfect picture isn't the full story? Bam! A viral video just turned the luxury world upside down.
Birkin bag at Hermes boutique will cost you 38,000 USD. But what is the real cost out of the factory? Today, I'm going to break it down in front of you, step by step. First thing first, Hermes only use the leathers from the 3 top-level suppliers. One is called Gucci from Italy. The second is wine handmade from Germany, and the third is Hermes from France. One piece of Togo leather, the same leather as this one, will cost 450 USD.
The real deal behind those iconic bags, way juicier than the shiny ads and red carpet glamour. That Birkin, hyped as the queen of handbags, might not be stitched together in romantic Paris. Word on the street? A ton of it's actually coming from China. Yep, China. That symbol of French artistry might be rolling out of Chinese factories, made for a fraction of the cost. Then they're shipped to Europe, slapped with a Made in France label, and sold for tens of thousands. The internet? It's going wild over this tea, with fashion fans everywhere like, if it's made in China, why am I paying like it's pure gold? And the bigger question, why has Hermes been so quiet about this?
And one piece of the leather is only enough to make one Birkin, okay? And next, thread. And of course, for Hermes Birkin, the thread is also the best top level. It's called Fil au Chinois from France. This is actually the Rolls Royce.
This all blew up because of a whistleblower video straight from a Chinese factory. This guy was done with the brand's fairy tale and spilled everything. He's saying even the materials Hermes flexes about, the leather, the thread, the shiny hardware, aren't as exclusive as they claim. Apparently, those pieces come from suppliers all over, get thrown together in China, and cost way less than you'd think.
In thread. For each bag, the cost is 25 USD. And then hardware. See, this hardware is called 316 hardware. It's also known as the ocean stainless steel because it can withstand the erosion of seawater. It's the best stainless steel.
Let's dive into the leather, because that's where it gets spicy. Hermes has been bragging forever that their leather comes from elite spots in Italy, France, and Germany, like MTI in Italy, Weinheimer in Germany, and some secret French supplier. Each leather piece, about $450. Sounds super bougie, right? But here's the plot twist. While the leather's legit high quality, it's not being crafted by some French artist in a cozy Parisian studio. Real talk, a cow's a cow. No matter where it's from, Chinese factories are saying they get that same premium leather shipped in. But the bags themselves? Stitched and finished in China, far from those dreamy European luxury hubs.
Edge oil. This edge oil is imported from Italy. It's called heat seal edge oil. For each bag, it will cost 50 USD. The interior lining, it used lambskin imported from France. Each bag, the cost will be 100 USD. And also inside, there is a zipper from Riri brand. And the zipper where one bag is 10 USD. And then the cost of human resource. The French artisans is much more expensive than Chinese artisans. To finish one bag, the human resource cost will be 600 USD.
The thread in these bags, it's called fil chinois, a fancy French thread that's like $25 per bag. It's tough, it's luxe, no doubt. And the hardware? Top grade 316 stainless steel that won't rust and shines like ice. Nobody's saying the materials are cheap. They're legit premium. But the wild part? All this top-tier stuff is being assembled in Chinese factories, not in some French atelier like Hermès wants you to believe. The guy in that viral video laid it out. While Hermès markets the Birkin as hand-stitched in the heart of Paris, most of the work's happening halfway across the globe. And the internet? It's a mess. Social media's exploding with people calling it out, feeling totally scammed. Imagine dropping $40,000 for French luxury only to hear it might have come from a Chinese assembly line.
Human resource cost will be 600 USD. Package. Now this is not that expensive, it's 10 USD. So now to sum those up, the total cost will be 1,400 USD for one Birkin out of factory. But why Hermes will charge you 38,000 USD for one bag? That's because more than 90% of the price is paid for its logo. But if you do not care about the logo, you just want the same quality, same material, you can just buy from us. Because for our bags, we use exactly the same material, same leather, same hardware, same edge oil.
Some folks are livid, saying Hermes has been playing them for years. Others are like, nah, this is fake drama stirred up by Chinese factories. With all this chaos, it's tough to know who's dropping the real truth. But here's the tea. Some say it's not even about the bag, it's about the name. If you can grab the same bag made in China for way less, what's all that cash really buying? Feels like you're paying for the status, not the stitches. It's less about the leather and more about that logo screaming, I'm rich. Fashion insiders are jumping in too. Some are still Team Hermes, saying even if the bags are made in China, the quality's still top-notch. But others? They're done. They're calling for a major shakeup in the luxury game, pointing out how brands like Hermes and Louis Vuitton push that French elegance vibe while quietly producing in places with cheap labor. It's starting to feel kinda shady.
The only difference is one, we don't have the logo, so we don't have to pay so much amount of money just for that logo. And second, our human resource is much cheaper. This is why this bag from our factory only costs you 1,000 USD, but even better quality and craftsmanship.
And it's not just Hermes in the hot seat. Big names like Gucci, Prada, and Louis Vuitton are getting called out for making stuff in China too. Get this, some reports say over 80% of luxury goods might be coming from China. Let that hit you. But here's the crazy part. These brands aren't exactly shouting that from the rooftops. This whole thing's flipping the luxury fashion world on its head. Made in France or made in Italy used to mean prestige, history, craftsmanship. Now, it's feeling more like a marketing trick than the real deal. Don't get it twisted. The bags are still well made. Nobody's saying they're falling apart. But it's wild that these brands built their whole image on this artisan heritage fantasy when a lot of the work's happening in global factories. So, what does that mean for their billion-dollar rep? That's the big question.
Louis Vuitton and Chanel will hate me if I tell you this, revealing the secret behind big brand. Let's go! Hang Long from Singapore, or Bodin Gerards for their landscape from France. Tannery Haas, Italian Tannery, White. Labri Tecna from Italy. Guess where I found all those secret suppliers? All in APIF.
The pressure's on. People aren't just eating up the hype anymore. They want answers. Some are even demanding refunds. If you're shelling out thousands for a luxury bag, don't you deserve to know what you're actually getting? Real craftsmanship? Or just a logo from a factory like everything else? Hermes is getting dragged. This isn't some small rumor. It's a full-on crisis. The whole luxury game feels like it's shifting. People are waking up, asking, what even is luxury in 2025? That word doesn't hit like it used to. Fans aren't just accepting those crazy price tags. They want proof, receipts, the truth. And Hermes? Silent. No statement, no PR move, not even a "we love our customers" post. Just crickets. It's like they're hoping this storm just fades away. Meanwhile, other brands are stepping up, denying the rumors. NBC News said some companies are pushing back hard, claiming their stuff's all made in Europe.
So confused because Hermes clearly purports that all of their bags are handmade in France and their watches are made in Switzerland. In their verbiage, there is no room for confusion about where their products are manufactured. There's no room for China. But in the beginning of that video, that nice Chinese man is clearly standing in front of what appear to be Hermes bags saying,
Louis Vuitton's being super open too. You can check their website and see where their products are made. And some of those viral TikToks? Fact checkers called them out for being misleading. It's a messy situation. Conrad Quilty Harper from Dark Luxury told The Independent that people are mixing up shady knockoff factories with legit Chinese production spots. He said these factories are pros at playing the social media game, making Western shoppers fall for their luxury story. France 24 backed that up, saying some claims are blurry. But the damage? It's real. True or not, this drama's already changed how people see these big brands. Tons of folks online are over it, ditching the hype and demanding a wake-up call in the luxury world. But Hermes' silence? That's what's screaming loudest. In a world where quiet feels like guilt, people are wondering, what are they hiding?
that these are the bags that we manufacture. I noticed he didn't say Hermes when he called out all the brands like Prada, Louis Vuitton, Coach. But the implication was very clearly there. And if Hermes products, specifically their bags, are made from beginning to end in France, why would their valuation drop with the news that Chinese manufacturers are spilling the tea? It says right here on their website, the vast majority of our products are manufactured in France. And they talk about sourcing cashmere from Mongolia, blah, blah, blah. But absolutely nothing about China. And those purses that man was standing in front of were identical to Hermes bags, correct? So does that mean Hermes is lying to us?
With these viral clips spreading like crazy, it wouldn't be a shock if Hermes quietly pulls some Birkin models. If the rumors about where they're made are true, stopping production might be their way to save face, especially with their rep hanging by a thread. And if that happens, people who dropped big money on deposits or waited years on those infamous lists, they might be left hanging even longer. Hermes has been in hot water before. Lawsuits and reports have called out shady practices, like that California case claiming they made customers buy extra stuff like scarves just to get a shot at a Birkin. Plus, people have waited months, even years, with no guarantee of getting one. If this China rumor's legit, Hermes might have to hit pause to clean up this mess. Selling something as made in France when it's not? That's false advertising. If a court agrees, boom, fraud. We're talking millions in legal trouble. Hermes could be in deep. The resale market's a mess, too. Sellers are freaking out, trying to offload Birkins before prices tank. Others are holding tight, praying the value bounces back. Authentication platforms are stuck, too. If a Birkin's made in China but labeled French, how do you even verify it? The whole luxury resale game's been flipped. Collectors are sweating. If no one knows what's real, what's left of the high-end status flex? People feel straight up played, while Hermes is under fire. Their competitors are watching. Some are loving the chaos. Others are nervous. Because if Hermes can get exposed, who's next? How long before another exclusive French brand gets called out for outsourcing while charging luxury prices? Here's the thing. People might have been cool with it if Hermes had just been real. Like if they said, we use global production, but keep it to the highest standards, the backlash might have been lighter.
Lululemon does not work with the manufacturers identified in the online videos, and we urge consumers to be aware of potentially counterfeit products and misinformation. Authentic Lululemon products are only available for purchase at our Lululemon store location.
The trust? Toast. In the luxury game, trust is the brand. Once it's gone, the whole empire shakes. Customers are questioning everything. Influencers who used to flex Birkins are now roasting them in TikToks like, I dropped $30,000 on a lie, and those videos are blowing up. Hermes is at a crossroads. They can come clean, rebuild trust, and show what modern luxury really is. Or they can cling to their old school image and fade away. In 2025, luxury isn't just about the product, it's about the story. And right now, their story's a hot mess. Oh, and get this, these rumors got loud right after President Trump announced a 90-day tariff pause on some global trade, plus a massive 145% tax hike on Chinese imports. The timing's sus, right? Some TikTokers are all in, swearing these videos are legit. But there's a wild theory. Some think China's boosting these posts through algorithms as payback for the tariffs. True or not, it's a disaster for any brand caught in this.
That the company has long maintained its products are made only in Europe and the United States, as it currently states on its website.
US tariffs against China add up to 145%. That is including the existing 20% tariffs that were already imposed on the country.
Maybe this is the wake-up call luxury needed. Maybe it's time for real craftsmanship, honest sourcing, and straight-up transparency to shine. Whether your team it's all about the quality or team we got scammed, this Birkin drama has everyone questioning what luxury means in 2025. Is it about where it's made, how it's made, or just the story they sell with a $40,000 smile? This tea just dumped a bucket of reality on the luxury world, and something tells me it's far from over. Yo, hit that like button, subscribe, share, and drop your take in the comments. Whose side are you on? Catch you in the next one.